What's going on, guys? Welcome in. Today, obviously, we're going to do some Q&A here. Got quite a few questions to go over that we can talk about, which will be fun. I do want to talk about some A-plus content stuff of how to get that done and why it's important. So we can start with that real quick. Just give it a second or two to let people get in and make sure, obviously, the stream is going. If you guys can hear me okay, just give me a thumbs up in the chat there or a one or something like that so I can hear you, or make sure you can hear me, not the other way around. Hopefully I can't hear you. That'd be weird. But yeah, guys, let's get into it here. Just because I want to make sure that I have plenty of time for questions at the end here for Q&A. So I want to talk about A-plus content. Okay, so if we go into, say, a product right here. So what is A-plus content? So A-plus content is, if we go down, it is this right here. So you can add different features, almost like a web page, to your Amazon listing. Okay, so we see they have graphics here, almost like a website, right, where they can show more information. Obviously, this is on Amazon, like this is an Amazon brand product, so they get a little bit more flexibility than us for what they can do here. But if we go to, let's say, let's go to milk frothers here, if I spelled that right. Let's go to the Zule guy here, and let's go down, and we can see the A-plus content here. So this is what you can do for your brand here. So you can make graphics like this. You can make little slideshows. You can, have more images, more copy, and to add this. So why this is so important, obviously you can add different parts of your products too. So if you have more products, you can essentially compare them so they can pick up any of your products on that one listing, which is kind of cool. So A-plus content, why this is so important is because you normally see, okay guys, you normally see about a 3 to 5% increase in conversion rate if done correctly. And why conversion rate's so important here is that the higher your conversion rate, essentially the higher you're going to rank, right? Obviously we're going to make more money, right? Because more people coming in they're going to check out, they're going to, your PPC is going to perform better. So this is just necessary essentially to compete in the Amazon sphere today. So we need to do this. Obviously conversion rate, if we have a higher one than our competition on certain keywords, Amazon will rank us above that because they want the highest conversion rate on the highest part of the listing when people are searching that unique keyword there. So it's essentially, they just want the best experience for the customer, right? So if people are checking out higher for you on this certain keyword, they're going to rank you higher because they want the person to see the product they want the most right away. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense there. Ways we can get A-plus content. So this is, I do not have a creative brain, so this is something where it's really hard for me to put together. So it's something I hire out 99% of the time here. So the ways we can hire this out. One, the cheapest option will be Fiverr. And just to hit real quick what you guys need before you get A-plus content, you need to have brand registry. So what brand registry is you need to have a trademark, or at least a pending trademark number, to get brand registry on Amazon. So that unlocks A-plus content for your products underneath that brand name, as well as it unlocks, video ads and brand ads and Vine program where you get a bunch of reviews, everything like that. So just prerequisite for you to be able to get that there. So we see A-plus content here. So I just went to Fiverr. I'll just show you this site and a couple others here that you can use to put A-plus content together. So A-plus content at Amazon is what I searched on Fiverr here. So we see a bunch of services here that can put this stuff together for you. Okay. I always like to sort by best selling so we can see like who's performing the best here. Excuse me. And we see here, this guy's got 413 reviews, 5 stars, $30. This one's $165 with 1K plus. So this is something where I'm not saying always the case, but in a lot of these cases that you get what you pay for. Okay. So I'm just giving you the cheapest option here first. I'll go to an option that I like even better here in a second. But we see $165, $35, and make sure you go in here, do your due diligence. Just because they have reviews on Fiverr doesn't mean they're good. So make sure you go through here, read the reviews, make sure they seem legit, not fake, see what you get as well. So this is for Kindle. So this is not be a good one anyways for most products. So we see a bunch of other services here. You can click through and see what's going on there. Make sure they know what they're doing and ask for the correct formats for putting them into A-plus content. I'm seeing this a lot lately, where they're just giving you graphics that you are not in the correct format for A plus content. You can figure this out by just Googling Seller Central, Seller Central A plus content. Let's see here. What is the right dimensions, something like that, right? So you can see dimensions, basic A plus 970 by 300. You can go deeper in this, or you can just go better yet, go to your Seller Central, go under marketing, I believe it is, and go to A plus content and start playing around with that so you see how that works. And then you can see exactly what they need to create that. So it needs to be in the same format that Amazon takes, or otherwise you have all these graphics and stuff like that that are unusable. Okay, so make sure they know what they're doing with that. My favorite one is Upwork. Just because you can talk to these people a little bit more. You can, so upwork.com, guys. So I just searched here, Amazon A plus content. You can sort and advanced search a little bit more to make sure you're finding people you want to find. You can hit US only if you want to work with someone in the US as well. I will say that just because they're in the US doesn't make them better and worth the price. I found plenty of people who do great work outside the US, especially for this kind of stuff, because there seems to be a premium on it in the US as far as other countries. Yes, there's a better chance that you get someone who doesn't know what they're doing. But if you do the work up front, talk to these people. Again, this is why I like Upwork, because you can literally chat with these people back and forth, interview style, to make sure they know what they're doing, get actual referrals and references, get previous work you can look at as well there. So you could go through there, and obviously what you could do is you can actually make a job and people can apply, and you can invite people to apply as well. It's going to be a little bit more expensive, most likely on Upwork. But again, I want my A plus content done right. It doesn't have to be perfect by any means at first, right? So if you're doing this at the first, maybe it's a product you don't know if you're going to sell long-term, then you can find someone a little cheaper and vet them and start there and upgrade later. But Upwork is my favorite to do this, just because you can have a little bit more quality assurance. You can talk to these people, really talk to a lot of people, and see who's best for you and see their pricing. Okay. So next, I'm going to talk about somewhere where you can get some work done. So again, you need graphics and stuff like that, potentially, depending on the person you're getting to work on this for you. So Sunu.co is one of my favorite new, I don't know, I guess I don't know how new they are, but it's new to me anyways. One of my favorite places to get photography done. They have an A plus content package, or basic package here, where you get 11 photos and one hand model here. Okay, the cool thing here is I really like what they do here. So essentially, you book in your shoot, and they'll get you on a live call during the shoot, so you can make adjustments. You can tell them in real time that they're doing what you want, and you can have a creative control over what's going on. So it'd be a good time to kind of figure out like what kind of photos you want. So I've never seen anybody do that in photography, where they actually make you come to the photo shoot virtually, unless you live in the city that they're filming in or shooting in, whether that's I think Austin, Chicago, Minneapolis, a couple cities around the States here. But I really enjoyed their service and thought their quality was great, especially when working with you. So that's one of my favorite there for getting actual content made for A plus content, as well as you can just Google A plus content Amazon services, go through here. Some of the stuff's overpriced in my for what I've been seeing here, but you can get some ideas here as well. Anytime Google for Amazon services, it seems overpriced, or you get some shady people that you're working with here, or some services just looking for a quick buck. That's why I like to talk to people here. So that is A plus content. Maybe a little later, I'll make a full video, kind of diving deeper into this and showing you how to put this in here. But if you get to, you can get your brand registered, you can insert images onto A plus content. The builder is pretty simple there. Cool. Let's start into questions here. I just want to double check that everything's working still. Seems you guys are on. Perry says Suna looks good but expensive. Yeah, but it's one of those things, you get what you pay for. It's really expensive to get lifestyle photos that are good quality for anything cheaper than like $500. They have some packages like around $250, $350 you can start with. Otherwise, like really good lifestyle photography places, like you're looking at $1,200. There's some other places too, like FBA makeover you can look at. You can get infographics done a little cheaper, like $50-$60 a photo. Loads a little bit. It takes a little bit to load, but this is a good kind of place to look to. So they have A plus content here that you can look into and see what their pricing is as well. But yeah, it's kind of one of those things where it's just photos are the most important part of your listing, or sometimes you just can't get away with it. But yeah, again, this is one of those things that changes so fast too, of who's good, who's bad, who's has pricing that's competitive, where you need to do your own research and be comfortable with who you're picking. Um, I've got burned myself. I've even recommended places that I loved and used 100 times, and then their quality slips, and then people get screwed, right? So it's one of those things where I don't want to do a hard sell, um, just because if they get really good and start scaling, then they're going to hire things out, and then their quality is going to slip. Okay, so it's one of those things where it's like, please do your own research, and you need to do what's best for you. Okay. So we have Brandon McCarthy here for Q&A. Again, guys, if you want first dibs on Q&A, make sure you hit that Facebook group link down there and apply to be in this Facebook group. So we have Brandon McCarthy. What do I do if suppliers overcharge for samples? I know shipping from overseas can be expensive, but I also get feeling I'm being overcharged with a few suppliers. Yeah, it depends on what the product is. My typical sample could be $100 to $200 there. So you should include your prices here, and that'll give you a little bit better gauge if you're being overcharged or not. Depends on how expensive the item is too, right? And how heavy it is, everything like that. So if you think they're overcharging, then maybe go look for some other suppliers. That's all I can tell you without more information there, Brandon. I got Oscar Leon. Do you really think that starting PPC right away when launching is best way? I mean, you're getting traffic to product that has 0 reviews or 5 in the best case. Isn't it better to get 10 reviews and then start PPC? If you have a clear path to 10 reviews, but I'm always starting PPC first. Like, I'm getting reviews and PPC at the same time. Doesn't mean I'm jacking PPC to the moon. I'm starting in some fashion to learn, see if there's any keywords I'm getting profitable sales on, or at least sales at will, so that can feed into my review machine moving forward, right? Again, if you get 10 reviews and 10 sales, and this, in a month passes, Amazon's going to flag you, because it's not natural to have a 100% review rate. So you need it. If you're getting 10 reviews, you need to be safe, especially in your first month, at least 100 sales, like maybe 50. But if that review rate stays high for a couple months, they're going to start flagging those reviews. Brandon McCarthy. Should my barcode or FNSKU be on my product or package? Yes. So your FNSKU should be on your product or package, whatever is on the outside for Amazon to see. Doug Piatti, can you recommend the best product photography companies that do white background infographic lifestyle photos for the best price? I like Sunu right now, which I just brought up here at the beginning of the call. I just enrolled my product into Vine. So this is Oscar again. Literally did in like 10 seconds, LOL. Is there anything else I need to do to get this to get going, or is it done? Yeah, if you're in Vine, you're good to go. Surprising it was that easy. Yeah, that's what helps when you're brand registered. Oscar, what is the keyword tracker H10 for? Can you walk us through that? So the keyword tracker for Helium 10, let me bring that up for you guys. Just give me a second here. So tools. So this is one of my favorite things when I'm selling. This is like a must for me. So what this would do, if we go to, so right here, so we have this lemon squeezer here. You put your keywords in here, and you can actually watch your organic ranks. Okay, so this is important because you need to know that you're moving up in organic rank, right? Because our goal on Amazon is, okay, so yeah, PPC sucks because you have to spend money, but it's an investment towards organic rank, because eventually we want to be ranked in the top 5 of our best keywords, top 3 in our best keywords. So we make sales and we sleep when we sleep, and they're full price sales, not things that are getting eaten up by PPC costs, things like that. Okay. So what we're tracking here is we want to see green numbers. So plus 12, plus 24, plus 5 here. We want to see we start ranking up. So say we're rank 41 here. Just say we have a fruit squeezer here. We're ranked 41. We're losing money on PPC. Say it's like a 70% A cost. We're still grinding for reviews. And we're, with this, we're not seeing any jump in organic sales yet. Okay. You're probably thinking, I'm losing. I'm going to burn this thing down. This sucks. But you're not going to see, so say you jumped from 65 to 41 here. You're not going to see any difference in sales from this keyword. 0%. Because you're still on page 2. Like, no one's going to go scroll all the way back there. But you're moving forward, right? So you're moving forward here. So this is a little jumpy here. But we know that we're moving forward from 65 to 41. So we're making the right moves. And so we can determine that we need to keep making those same moves because we're moving up in ranking, okay? So this is your goal with this, to see these positive numbers over time. Yes, you're going to see minus 16s, you're going to see plus 24s, especially when we're first beginning, it's going to jump all over the freaking place. But we want to steadily see it over time, week after week, go up in ranking. Then we know to keep doing what we're doing, even if we're losing money because it's an investment to get to the best organic spots, okay? So that's what I use Keyword Tracker for. And this is a good way to, especially when you start selling consistently, to make sure you're not slipping in the rankings, right? So say one day you wake up and your sales went from 100 that day to 20. You're like, what happened? Well, the first place I check is organic ranking to make sure none of these keywords have slipped. Okay. So it's a management thing after a while, but at first it's to see if you're making the right moves. So next from Oscar here. So we all have a bunch of phrases we want to rank for. I personally have like 30, but I don't think it's worth trying to rank for every single one of them, especially since I'm starting right. What is a good healthy amount of keyword phrases we should focus on ranking for so we don't get insane trying to rank for 20 plus keywords? Yeah, that's a great point. So you probably want to start to like 1 to 3 of them. So what I do, Oscar, is obviously I put all my keywords, whether it's 50 or 100 in the keyword tracker. I'm going to do PPC for a while, probably 2 weeks first, to see if there's anything that's working better than other keywords. And I'm also going to check after 2 weeks my keyword tracker. If there's any low hanging fruit, so say like there's 2 keywords you have, 2 phrases that are, for some reason, you're ranked 15 and you have 0 reviews and a couple sales, and PPC does a little better. Those are the words I'm going after first, okay? So go hit the low hanging fruit from your keyword tracker and from your PPC data, and then just keep hitting the next achievable goal, right? You don't go after the 10,000 a month keyword right away. Go for the thousands, the 2,000s, the 500 ones, and just slowly keep working your way up. Oscar, I just requested a Cuba scan to make sure charge me the right amount. What is the next step? How do I know if everything is right? Well, you got to wait for them to get your results back to see what they get. And then they'll update your fees there. So hopefully the case goes smooth. Lori Grossi, hi everyone. I've been trying to update my Amazon ad and keep getting this message. Does anyone know what this means? Thank you for your help. Kindly be informed that we have found that the existing value for the attribute is being contributed from your selling account. You can make changes to this information by adding the product information from your inventory. We have found existing value for this attribute. Sounds like you have a duplicate ASIN. I could be wrong, but I'd make a case and try to figure out what's going on there. Oscar, how do you pay for your PPC and expenses? Do you recommend credit card, debit card, or account balance? If I'm trying to run lean, I do account balance, but if I'm doing high amounts, I have a credit card with points on it to start collecting those points. Perry, excuse me there, disgusting burp from drinking my sparkly water on a live because I'm the smartest man alive. Perry Gupta, can you make a video about how to get for a referral fee if you run our Facebook and Instagram and campaigns for Amazon products? Can we make a video about how to get referral fee if you run our... I'm not sure what you mean. What do you mean referral fee? Referral fee is what Amazon charges you. It's 15% usually for most product categories. Yeah. Let's see. Thanks for sharing. Nice. Hey, Usama Khan. Hi, Cam. How are you, bud? Doing well. Thank you. Can you please advise if it's worth doing a product target campaign or should it stick to only phrase and exact campaigns? You could try a product targeting campaign. Sometimes there's some low hanging fruit there. Your automatic campaign, if you do that too, will be the easiest way to kind of test that. But definitely keep it lower. Product campaigns, I'm only thinking profit here. So keep your ACoS down. So product target campaigns, but for phrase and exact campaigns when I'm launching, I'm okay going over because it's an investment to rank for those certain keywords. Usama Khan, are we able to get feedback or reply to Vine comments to clear confusions? For example, I have a product launched and one of the comments said they didn't see a way to change the battery. This can tell customers that it's built in, but actually it's not, can be replaced. Do I just post another video on my listing showing how to change the battery? Address these comments both. So Usama, definitely address these things on your listing. Any common confusion points on your reviews or questions, things like that, put them in your first bullet point, put them in an image, put them in your A+ content, wherever you can to address this from happening again, especially if you keep seeing it over and over again. You can go to your performance, go to customer experience metrics, go down to your reviews, and you can reply to these reviews if you're brand registered, that is. Usama Khan, have you used negative targeting before? How does that work? Yes, I have. So if I have keywords that are eating, like say a phrase or broad campaign or automatic campaign, I'll download my STR report. If there's keywords that are eating my budget, getting 20, 30, 40 clicks, maybe even just 15, and they're getting no sales, I'm adding those as negative keywords, okay? There's a little bit more way you could do this as well. You can add negative keywords to your, like all your exact keywords, you can add to a negative keywords to your phrase and broad to make them a little bit more efficient when tracking your data, just the one campaign, but I don't do that anymore. It's too much of a headache. Oscar Leon, so I have 5 bullet points just like everyone else, but somehow these 100% plastic imported ones come out of nowhere. I don't think it's right. Have those are my bullet points. See attached. Do you know how I can remove those? All I see in my bullet point says they're actual bullets. Yeah, so these are if you go back, these are going to be in the other section, or I'm probably getting that wrong, but the more, or there's different parts of this, but certain categories they'll put this stuff first in there, so you can go back and change those if possible. So depending on your category, you're going to show some different features first. So I just launched the product today. It does not show it in any of the 7 pages, but I just got a few sales from friends. Do you know how long it takes for Amazon to activate a product so it show it somewhere? Could take a week. I'm not sure. Try to do an incognito browser to check this as well. If you don't have enough stock in your local area too, it's not going to show up. But yeah, keep getting sales for keywords and you'll start seeing yourself more often. So just keep indexing, keep getting sales, and that's the biggest thing there. Man Cam, hi Cameron. Normally how soon A+ content gets approved? It could be up to a week. Been over a week already. Do you know where I can include a video? I don't see the option to have the videos. If you go to your add product section, I believe, you go all the way down, you can hit add video there. So the video on your A+ content, you can't do unless you have the like A++ content, which is for bigger brands. You can look into that via Google, but you can't add a video to your photo section. There's literally a button that says add video, or just use the little search bar on Seller Central to hit, just put in add video and it'll tell you how to do that. So A+ content gets approved. It could be, I'd give it another week max. If not, I would try to add it again, potentially to push it through faster. Hi Cameron, is Vine program worth it? Yes, 100. I'm not going to read the rest of it. Do 30. You're charging $100 per FN SKU now. I would do, man, I know it's a lot of money, but crap, man, how else are you going to get reviews? So maybe do at least 10, do 20. But for me, I'd pay $100 easily per review. So that's up to you, man. But I don't know. If you can get reviews cheaper somehow, go for it. But you're going to have to get rid of a product anyway. So if you got the budget for it, push as many as you possibly can. But do the math, do what's best for you. Dave Peters. Hey, Cameron, for banks, which do you think would be a deal for Amazon FBA long-term, trying to decide between Bank of America versus Mercury accounts? Bank of America, 110% if you can get one of those. Bank of America or Chase. Keith Bennis. Hi, Cam. Thanks again for your time this week doing this. You're welcome, Keith. Question, besides increased Amazon fees and shipping rates, are there any other negatives to selling an oversized product? Your thoughts? Thanks. Yeah, you're usually going to pay a lot more for the actual product, right? Because it's going to be bigger. It's going to probably do bigger, better things since it is bigger. So you're paying a little bit more for the product there. So your first order is going to be a lot more expensive. Let me see if there's anything else. Other than that, no. If you do the math and your margins are still healthy, I've had a lot of cool products that are oversized because people are scared to sell them with healthy price points, and people love them, and I made money. Vincent Whitehead. Hi, I have 200 items being shipped from Shanghai. Verified supplier with trade assurance is charging $182.60 for shipping to my business address in Texas. Any recommendations to avoid shipment from being held up in customs? Yeah, just make sure they're paying customs if it's DDP. Make sure they're paying that. If not, you're going to have to pay customs when they get to your door. Puti Kol Ronin would like to know that the PPC traffic data on search query performance is counted from only sponsored product ad or counted from sponsored brand and display too. On search query performance, I would have to look at the dashboard. That's a good question. I'm not sure. I'd have to check. I'm guessing depending on the verbiage, I'm guessing they're counting it all. If I had a guess there. Cool. Let me go check. See if we're even still going here. Let's see here. All right. We got a couple other questions in the chat here. Quickly, guys, you got anything in the chat? Let me know before we move on here. Surav Kumar Torari. Morning, sir. Morning. Let's see. Tony, are there any templates besides those in A+ Manager module? No, you got to use those templates. Usama Khan, how long does it take for A+ content to approve once submitted? Like a week, but we just talked about that on the Q&A there. Tony, that you can create externally and then upload. Yeah, I just used you're kind of stuck with A+ content the way it is with the builder there. Mike Gole, I filed, unless you get like the A++ again, which is hard. I think it's another, I'm getting the name wrong, but there's like a higher tier of A+ content, which is for bigger stores and things like that. Mike Gole, excuse me, I filed a trademark for my product. Now I have potential supplier offering additional product in the packaging. Do I need to file a new trademark? I filed a trademark for my product. Now I have potential supplier offering different. No, you should be able to, because if it's under the same brand name, you should be fine. Usama Khan, I mean to ask negative product target campaign in my post. Yes, I got that. So you say you have an automatic campaign, you can add negative, sorry, so you have an ASIN automatic campaign. Sorry, I can't speak today. And you can target ASINs in there, obviously. You can add negative product targets in there as well. Perry, referral fee discount. Sorry. I'm not referral fee discount. Sorry. I still don't know what you mean, Perry. I'm sorry. I don't, because you're running Instagram ads and Facebook ads. Are you talking about like referral fee, like if it's an influencer, like an affiliate, like to them? Or are you saying like add a coupon or a coupon code to do that? Yeah, sorry, man. I don't know what you mean entirely there. But cool, guys. We'll leave it there. Hopefully this was helpful. And we'll see you next week. Of course, make sure you get in the Facebook group if you guys want to. I know my screen's a little funky here. We can do all sorts of things. Look at that. Look how big I can make myself. Very cool there, huh? Look how fancy I am. Yeah, make sure you guys get in the Facebook group and apply there if you want to get into. It's obviously free, but get the Q&A first crack at it there. Otherwise, guys, make sure you subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.